회장님께서 저희 식당에 오셔서 첫 세미나를 하실 때 아무것도 없다고 얘기해놓고 10억을 주겠다 하니 그걸 믿을 수 있는 사람이 누가 있겠습니까? 그런데 실제로 오늘 이렇게 이루어졌네요. 회장님께서 그 말을 하신 회장님도 정상이 아니시고 그 말을 듣고 있는 저희들도 참 정상이 아니었던 것 같습니다. 그 정상이 아닌 사람들끼리 만나서 오늘날 이렇게 해냈습니다. 유통의 원칙은 좋은 제품 싸게 파는 거다. 정말 좋은 제품을 만들어서 그 제품을 절대 가격으로 저희들한테 안겨주셨습니다. 저희들은 그게 무기가 됐죠. 회장님께서 이 시스템을 만들어주셨는데요. 저처럼 너무나 부족하고 능력이 없는 사람도 이 시스템에 의해서 많은 성공자들이 나오게 됐습니다. 부자가 되려면 정말 많은 사람들이 함께 있을 때 부자가 되는구나. 그 함께 하는 것을 어떻게 할까 생각을 해보니까 저희 사원이더라고요. 저희 사원에 서로 영혼을 소중히 여겨주고 서로 우리가 꿈과 목표를 생생하게 그려주고 정말 서로 믿어주고 우리가 겸손히 섬긴다면 우리가 모두가 함께 할 수 있고 다 같이 성공할 수 있다고 생각이 됩니다. 정말 여기 계시는 모든 사장님들이 결국에는 모두가 다 이 자리에 올라오실 수 있다고 저는 생각을 합니다. 오늘 임페리얼 승급식 한영사를 마치도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
It's been a while since I've been here. Thank you so much for welcoming me. When I frequently came here to Byeonsan, you guys didn't seem that excited. I should come less frequently, like now. I am able to come to this position by just following President Park's advice and counsel. I think the reason why people can't succeed is because they give up. If you don't give up and persevere until the end, I think this is the business that you can succeed in. That is because this business isn't done by yourself. It is a business that you do together with others. That is why everyone helps each other out. This is a business where you help others as if other people's work is also your work. Depending on what kind of attitude you have, that will determine the opportunity for success. I think that depends on you. That is why I talk a lot about making a decision. Did you all select Atomy? You all think you had chosen Atomy, but it seems like many of you have not decided yet. From my perspective, all of you think you are actively doing Atomy. But how have you come to choose Atomy is very important. Some people do come to Atomy. They say they are actively doing Atomy, but I don't think some of these people are fully engaged. They do not know much about Atomy. They just come and go. So they think they have decided to do Atomy, but I don't think they have truly decided. If you have truly understood Atomy, if you truly realize that this is a big business, then there is no way that you would be only half committed. I was like that in the beginning too. When I first started the business, I really liked the products. What about you? Do you like Atomy's products? You must first discern whether Atomy's products are truly best for you. You must judge whether you will continue to buy Atomy's products even if you're not doing business. If you use Atomy's products not because you're a contractor, but because you are a consumer that loves these products, then I believe that you are qualified to do this business. This is an Imperial Master's special lecture. I think that's why I'm more nervous than usual. That is because most people think there will be something special about this lecture. But honestly, I don't think there's anything too special about those who become Imperial Masters. You just heard a minute ago a Royal Master say that he is not even good at speaking and that he only has 1% talent. I think that reflects how we do our business. The minute you believe that you only have 1% talent, I believe that's when your business will start to flourish. When you start to think that you are the smartest, and when you think that your sponsor is taking all the profit, I realize that's when your business starts to go down the drain. But if you truly believe that you only have 1% talent, then you will become very grateful to your sponsors. You will be so thankful, both to your sponsors and to your partners. That is why, though, everyone says they have decided to do Atomy. Those who are fully engaged and those who are only half-hearted are totally different. Their actions will be different. Why don't you judge for yourself? That's what I did when I first decided. President Park told me before not to miss out on the seminars. He said I shouldn't miss even a single seminar. Second, he told me to tell other people about Atomy's products. We are a distribution business, right? We should let others know. That's what he told me to do. When he told me to do those two things, I thought to myself that I could surely tell other people about Atomy's products because I truly loved the products. I was not that scared to let others know about the products. President Park also said not to miss the seminars, right? The weekly one-day seminars and the Success Academy every month. He said that I could succeed only by attending the seminars. If you truly wanted to succeed in this business, could you miss any of the seminars? I could not miss any. That's why I made the decision. I decided never miss any of the seminars until I had become a Royal Master. I made a promise to myself not to miss any seminar no matter what. And since I made that promise, I could not miss any. It was easy for me to go to the one-day seminars, but it was difficult for the two-day Success Academy. During that time, my children were 6 and 11 years old. I had to leave my children at home to go to Success Academy. That's why I was nervous even as I was sitting in Success Academy. But I had to make a decision whether I was going to live in a tiny house with my children or change my life. I knew that I could not live the same way anymore. That's why I told my children that I could not miss the seminars, because I wanted the best for my children's future. I knew that unless I had joined the system here, I could not succeed on my own. That was how I attended all of the Success Academy seminars, as I talked on the phone with my children. I believe I am standing here today because I was able to persevere until the end. What is your decision? If you just come to the seminars when you have time and not come when you are busy, can you say you have truly decided to do Atomy? I hope today will be a time where you can reflect back this past year how it is you have chosen Atomy as you engage in the business. I hope this will be a time where you can reflect upon your business. Thank you. If you want to compress time, then you have to use your time as if you're fully engaged in Atomy. That is why I wanted to remind you again what it means to decide to do Atomy. If you want to do Atomy business, then at least you should be using Atomy's products. You need to be in love with the products. If you don't even like Atomy products and don't even like using the products, then it is not fitting for you to think that you will succeed in this business. Such a person should not do Atomy business. But if you really believe that Atomy is good for you due to the quality and price of the products, And because of Atomy's system, that's when you are ready to engage in this business. So if there is a condition to do Atomy business, it is that you need to love and use Atomy's products. Many people ask, how do you succeed quickly in Atomy? Most people want to succeed quickly. How do you think you can succeed quickly? What must you do? Most people ask this question. What do you think it takes to succeed quickly? Even if the Korean president joins, there is no way to succeed quickly. Everyone here must start from scratch. That's how we all started, right? Success didn't come overnight for most of us. Like all of you, in the beginning, people have to buy and use Atomy's products. Then you must let others know about the products. Then you must manage those people. And those people will one day become contractors as well. And those people will one day become leaders. When people ask me what they must do to succeed quickly, I always talk about the 8 steps for success. What's the first step? Setting a goal. You must first set your goal. Most people don't know how to do this. Actually, I had heard that Royal Masters earn $50,000. That's why my goal was to become a Royal Master. I told myself I was going to become a Royal Master, and I made a plan of what I had to do to become a Royal Master. That's when I made the decision to quit all of my hobbies in order to do Atomy. That's when I quit all of my hobbies. I didn't do anything. I only did Atomy. I even got rid of our TV at home. I promised myself that I wouldn't do anything else except Atomy. Everything that I did was related to Atomy. You must then write a list, right? To introduce Atomy's products, you must write out a list of names. This is just the basics. I always wrote out a list of people's names. You are also required to introduce about the company, right? I know what you're thinking. I'm not even an auto sales master. How can I introduce about the company? Or you might think I'm only a diamond master. How can I introduce the company? But you know what? You can all do it. As time goes by, you will climb the ranks. You actually have to practice explaining about the company when you still don't have partners. The minute you get a partner, you have to go out to the field. For example, your partner will ask you to come give a lecture because they had gathered a bunch of people. What will you do then? If you are not prepared, then you won't be able to help them. When I did my first company introduction, I would go to the center at 11 p.m. or midnight, and I would practice my talk for a long time. At that time, there was no special explanation about the marketing plan. I had to practice by just using the blackboard. It was really hard for me to memorize all the numbers, so I had to keep writing and writing. I would write and erase and repeat that process. I would practice emceeing by practicing on my children. Then I wrote down on my notebook the comments I was going to say. I wrote everything down. I would be an MC and I would give a lecture on the marketing plan, on the products, whatever was needed at the time. I did not want to practice my lecture either. But my sponsor had told me that I had to practice. She told me to practice at that time. That is why you must prepare now to give a company introduction. Pretend as if you have already succeeded and start preparing for the company introduction. If you prepare that now, it will help you grow your business for success. That's how you should practice your talk. And about the follow-up, you should never give up on the consumer or contractor if you've gotten to know them until they have decided to use Atomy's products. I will never give up on those people. If you have this kind of attitude, then that person will introduce you to other people as well. That's how your network will start to grow. Most people actually don't have many contacts. You're not succeeding by the number of people you bring. Ultimately, you will succeed because of the people that will come through other people. In order to be introduced to other people, you must continue to follow up on people. There is a method for me to manage people. I don't know if this works for everyone, but when I manage people, I always give something to that person. I am the one who always gives something first, instead of waiting until someone gives me something. I first go to the other person and give them something. One person said, "I don't know any people. It's so difficult to do this business." So I told her, whenever you go and meet people that you know, whether you go to an apparel shop, you should bring them kimchi from your home. You're good at making kimchi, right? You should take some to other people. I made some kimchi today and it tastes really good. And try giving it to other people. If you do that, people will be touched because of that kimchi. When you manage your partners, I always tell people to eat a lot with their partners. As you eat with them, you will grow fond of them. You also think about who's paying, right? Let's say you don't have money to buy a meal for your partners. I tell people then to even start eating ramen together at the center. There's Atomy's cup noodles, right? I realized how important it was to maintain a good relationship by eating together and spending time together. In the past, I had gone to the Philippines. I had met a guide there, and do you know how long I kept in touch? For 7 years. It took me 7 years, and today that person is a Sharon Rose master. Today, my daughter went to New Zealand to study abroad, and the director of her academy is here today. I've done Atomy for 10 years now, and my friend is here today as well. What should I do? And last year, my younger sibling came as well. Also, my brother's sons, my nephews, were professional Army personnel. They have now quit their jobs and they have joined Atomy. I believe Atomy is truly a good business in which I can even bring my family members here. All of you will write out your life scenario tonight, right? This will really make a difference. You really need to write it out. I really wanted that $50,000 a month as a royal master because of the house that I was living in. With that $50,000, I wanted to move to a larger house from my single-bedroom house. I wanted to move to a larger house. As I was writing on my life scenario, I had written down the most expensive apartment in all of Iksan. I wrote down in my life scenario the name of that apartment. It was about 180 meters squared wide. As I was doing Atomy business, I moved from a 30-meter squared house to a 42-meter squared house. Then after a little while, I moved to a 92-meter squared house. After that, I moved to a 165-meter squared house. I refurbished the apartment, and it had become a very beautiful place. It was a really good apartment and everything was nice, but it wasn't the apartment that I had written down in my life scenario. So I was not satisfied. I had to live in the apartment that I wrote down. That is because all the rich and famous people in all over Iksan had lived in that apartment. I wanted to be acknowledged for my success. So I moved once again from that nice apartment, eventually to my dream apartment. It is truly different if you write your life scenario. As you write out your life scenario, you should write out your goals as well. For example, how long will it take for you to get promoted? You should be realistic with your goals. Yes, long-term goals and big dreams are good. But what is the goal that is specific to your life now? For example, how many members will you meet in a day? You must draw out and plan. For example, how many points you will accumulate in a given day. If you plan out your day like this every day, then after 30 days, your network will have grown. It will have grown without even you noticing it. If you make it a goal to meet a certain number of members daily, then that will force you to meet that many members. This is why I truly hope you can write out your life scenario. But I think there are some people who are too lazy to do this, since they have no goal. The pace of their work is very slow. I hope tonight all of you will be more proactive in writing out your life scenarios. If you ask me how to succeed faster, I think the answer is teamwork. If you work with others, you will succeed a lot quicker. There are people who are a one-man team, right? People who only work by themselves cannot succeed quickly. If you want to succeed more quickly, then you must have teamwork. What must you do to have teamwork? You should not think that you are the most talented. You must be humble in order to work as a team. I usually make an analogy with the human body. In our bodies, we have eyes, mouth, nose, hands, and feet, right? What if your nose thinks it's the best and extends itself all the way out there? If your nose becomes too long, that will affect your movement, right? Yes. Also, your hands are able to pick up things because of its size. But what if one of the fingers becomes a lot longer because it thinks it is the best? It is very important all of us work hard in our given positions. That is why the speed of your success will be determined by your teamwork. The organization does better if the individual is willing to sacrifice just a little bit for the team. And that was how I had become the first Royal Master, Crown Master, and ultimately Imperial Master. As I told you before, I lacked experience in the field of network marketing. I was not that smart, and I was not talented. But the reason why I could come to this place was because I had never given up on Atomy. I never thought about giving up, not in the slightest. I was willing to go all the way until the end. Actually, your biggest fear inside of you is your own self. Why do people give up? Who makes people give up? It's yourselves. That is why I believe everyone's greatest enemy is themselves. You must overcome that fear inside of you. What motivates you to do Atomy? You should constantly ask yourself about the owner of this company. You should check what kind of products Atomy has and whether they are products for the consumers. If you continue to do that, I believe anyone can succeed. If you do not think you are doing well, I hope you can reflect upon your daily life. You should start by writing out your life scenario so that your life next year will be completely different. I hope all of you will achieve your dreams this way. That's the end of my lecture. Thank you.